is KRACK? KRACK is a vulnerability that exploits the Wi-Fi handshake protocol. So the protocol works when your client is trying to authenticate with the router, and there's some values that get sent back and forth, but the one we care about is this third packet, where the key is sent to the client, and he sends a response or an acknowledgement back accepting that that is the key that the encryption is going to work off of. KRACK takes place when a client, or instead of the client, an attacker intercepts packet 3 and does not send back an acknowledgement of 4. And as long as a fourth response is not received, the authenticator keeps sending packet 3 over and over again until it eventually starts reusing keys or resetting to a 0 value, which can easily be used to decrypt data.
So as was mentioned, KRACK is a man-in-the-middle attack. So anything that we are going to be sending over the internet is going to be intercepted before it gets to our router. So this means all the data that we're processing, both coming in and going out, can be vulnerable to the attacker. So that means they can strip off username and passwords that we put in. They can insert scripts into any packets that are going back and forth. Really, just anything that a regular attacker could do once they're into a system, that's what KRACK allows them to do.
For IT professionals, there are really 3 things that you need to focus on when preventing a KRACK attack. First, make sure that you update all of the firmware on your routers and all of the patch updates for your operating systems on all computers. Because this is a vulnerability that's specific to Wi-Fi, every single device has to be updated. Second thing is for computers that have lots of secure data on them, consider using an Ethernet connection. That way you don't even have to worry about the KRACK attack. Then third, it would be a great idea to set up a virtual private network that's secure, that your employees can use if they need to access company data in a public setting, like a coffee shop or something like that. Virtual private networks will prevent any data from getting out through the KRACK. You should also heat map your Wi-Fi networks. That way you can check for rogue access points and make sure that there's not anybody potentially doing a man-in-the-middle attack.
So as an employee, make sure you're not installing random access points, and then be on the lookout for rogue access points.
Alright employees, here's just a brief crash course on how to make sure that your information doesn't get stolen. First thing we want to do is go over to the Wi-Fi and make sure that you're on a secured network. Secured means that your information is encrypted when it's traveling across between computers. And make sure you're not connected to anything with this little symbol. That means that it's unsecured, and that means any traffic that is intercepted is in plain text. So inform any network administrators if you see rogue access point and never connect to one. So another thing that we want to make sure of is that it always has this little lock symbol and HTTPS. That means it's also encrypted. So for example, right here on the President of Russia, it is not secure. So if you send any credit card information to the President of Russia, it can get intercepted and then used because it's not secure. So make sure that you always are doing those couple of things, and everything will be a lot safer.
Here are some key points from this video. First, KRACK intercepts packet 3 of the Wi-Fi handshake protocol, causing the packet to be resent until the key is eventually set to a 0 value, allowing decryption to occur. Second, KRACK is a man-in-the-middle attack, so the main risk is that any data sent between the client and the authenticator is vulnerable. As for training, IT professionals should keep devices updated, use Ethernet and VPN connections for their employees, and heat map their network. Finally, general employees should only connect to secure networks and should only use secure HTTPS websites.